Hi guys, it's a beautiful morning right here at the farm, and it's been a while since we entered one of the chicken houses to just see what's happening inside there. So I think it would do it justice for us to go inside there and check them out. But before we do, I'll show you around. So this is the site that we prepared for constructing Anya's chicken house. So this coming week, we're going to start building another chicken house right in this place, yeah? So like I've already shown you many times, we already have two chicken houses, each one with 2,500 capacity. This is going to be our third chicken house right here. So this one is going to also carry 2,500 chickens. The batch of birds that's going to be coming right here is 10 weeks old today, exactly 10 weeks old. So we're going to be vaccinating it against fall typhoid. I've personally had a really terrible experience with fall typhoid before, so I know how terrible it can get. So I take no compromises with it. I don't play with it. I don't, dance around with it. That's why I'm actually around. First, you can see the wheelbarrows that they use for carrying the feed that they feed them. And there are two areas. You have the top and the bottom. I think we shall utilize the top. For now. This is our food dip. You can see that it has a disinfectant inside it. There's someone cleaning out water from the food dip for the sick bay. Yeah, so right there you can see the sick bay, and someone is getting out the water. And let's go. At the top, we'll take the ramp. The chickens, since it's still morning, a lot of them are just laying their eggs. So we'll move in. So you can take a look at the birds. A lot of them are just laying their eggs. You can see some of them are feeding. Like you can see right there, the feed had been served earlier on in the morning, but if we take a look at the feeders, you can see the chickens feeding. So these chickens have matured quite properly. If we just go down, you can see their nice bright red combs. Okay, those are their bright red combs. That shows that they are laying eggs, yeah? A lot of them, in fact, all of them are in the laying phase. All of them are in the laying phase. And when you move inside here, all of them just surround you. They just love being around people. So take a look at this. So we have quite a number of feeders. These are the feeders where we put their feed. And the food was served very early in the morning, and quite a huge percentage of it is already gone. So most probably in the next 1 or 2 hours, the feeders will be completely empty. And then we shall leave the feeders empty for some while. And then we'll give them maybe 2 hours of empty feeders and then place feed inside there again, yeah? So the chickens are already laying. If we can move towards the laying boxes, you guys are going to take notice of that. I mean, let's zoom into that. It's quite dark, but can you see? Right in front of me, I can count, 5 eggs. I can count at least 5 eggs inside there. And you can see the chickens. We have communal laying boxes. I'm sorry it's quite loud here because when you're inside the chicken house, all the chickens just make a lot of noise. But we have a sufficient amount of feeders. Let me just move towards the feeders, okay? So just take a look at that. Take a look at the chickens feeding right on that feeder. Yeah? Some of them are concentrating a lot on me. For example, if you just look around, a lot of the chickens are just surrounding me, just moving around me. But you need to make sure that you have the correct number of feeders and drinkers inside the chicken house, yeah? To ensure that all the chickens can feed at the same time. You need to make sure that the feeders and the drinkers are enough. So as you can see, they are scattered all at the bottom. That means we have enough feeders and drinkers. You need about 30 chickens per feeder. This is our feeder. It needs to be placed at the level where it's literally this lip, the lip is at the level of the back of the chickens. Yeah, that's what you need to make sure you do. This is probably a little bit lower than I would want. So the ideal thing is to raise it from here. So I'm going to make sure I raise it just a little bit. As you can see the drinker right there, you see that the drinker right there is at the level of the back of the chicken, the lip of the drinker. I think you can see that chicken, which is right next to it there. Yeah, that chicken, that right there, yeah? And you can see the level of the lip of the back. That's ideal. That's what you want to do with all the feeders and with all the drinkers. That just ensures that the water doesn't pour and that the feed does not pour. So our birds are laying quite well. It's still early in the morning, maybe around 8 a.m. But by around 9 a.m., an hour from now, people are going to start collecting these eggs. Yeah, we get quite an amount of eggs from inside here, and we are selling them for good money right now. The prices are good, and the prices of feed came quite down. We try to stock up as much as we can. So, I mean, it's a good deal for us right now, yeah? We're not having any complaints. It's a good deal, and we're going to be able to save quite an amount and actually make quite a huge killing inside this chicken house because the production is good, the feed prices are down, and the egg prices are up. That will ensure that we can expand as quickly as we want as I've already shared with you guys, we're going to expand to the other chicken house. By the end of the year, we're going to have 7,500 laying chickens. That's really, really good. That's a perfect deal. 7,500 laying chickens, that's a really good deal, and I am personally happy about it, and I would never have been much more glad about starting a poultry farm. This that you see right here is a drinker, and the guys have the responsibility of making sure the drinkers are washed each and every day. So you can see that there is water inside the drinkers. You can see this, yeah? So they need to make sure that the drinkers are washed each and every day. And as you can see, the drinker is clean. So they have been washed. So as you can see, as the chickens feed, some of the food that they feed on, and you know, maybe the things they have picked, pour inside the food. So if you don't wash the drinkers each and every day, the drinkers will get dirty, and then you get issues of disease. One of the most common diseases is coccidiosis because of water. So you want to make sure that your drinkers are consistently clean. Luckily enough, feeders never carry water, so you never really need to clean them. Never. But for the drinkers, you need to make sure you're consistently cleaning them, as you can see. So this one is really clean, as you can see, yeah? If you keep them for even more than a day without cleaning them, they start getting dirty. But since they are being cleaned, this is really beautiful. Right here you can see some of the wood sawdust that we use for our chicken houses. I've told you guys we're going to be vaccinating, so you can see the guys cleaning up the tarpaulin, and they've just been spraying it with a disinfectant from that pump. So we are preparing it to go and vaccinate against the disease. That's also an additional biosecurity measure, since we're going to be handling chickens directly, and those are the tarpaulins we're going to be using to separate the chickens while we vaccinate, so they need to make sure that they're disinfected. This is the litter that we use. So we'll occasionally have a few bags, extra bags around, because once in a while you'll find wet caked litter inside the chicken houses in some areas. Maybe a drinker malfunctioned and started pouring the water. Once we remove that litter, we need to make sure that we replace it with good litter, which you can see right inside here in these sacks. Yeah, this is the litter that we use. So it's just continuity to ensure that we have the best quality and the very best result. And just in case you're wondering, how do the guys manage to do all this work? Well, I have one person per floor. So as you can see, we have 2 floors right there. For the 2 houses, we have 4 people. So 4 people for 5,000 chickens. Each person will do 1,250 chickens. So that will make it 4 people for 5,000 chickens. Each person handles their own level, and they are responsible for the production from their level. They are responsible for the results from their own level. So it's their goal to ensure that they get the very best results and productivity from their level. Yeah, they are judged upon how well they produce from their level. I think we're making really good progress, guys, really good progress. I can tell you that poultry farming is awesome, it's lucrative if you understand how to do it well, if you learn how to place systems to ensure that it runs well. Guys, I am rarely here. Yeah, I just actually dropped around yesterday, and I'm probably going to be moving away the next day or today, but everything still moves perfect. Why? Because I've put in place systems. I've just built everything the right way to make sure that it can work without. So that belief, the myth that a farm can only work with you present, is totally not true. I totally don't believe it. I totally don't accept it. And if you actually want to learn how to do this, come on. The Farm Up Academy is coming up very soon. When it's ready, I'm going to leave a link to the website in the description. Catch you very soon with another video. Lots of love. Bye-bye.